There will be traffic through here, and I don't want.
part of my life that's important, a part that too easily slips away, keeps me at night by a small reading light, with a ream full of things left to say. I'm sorry my folks don't understand me, and I'm sorry old friends are still slaves. I'm sorry I'm so disappointing to those who can't see how much courage this takes. And it keeps me at night by a small reading light, with a will that's compelled to go on, reaching for minds well ahead of their times, so the sadness can leave my song. Outside on the steps where I sit between pacing, my chin and my heart in my hand, a bird flying by leaves a tear in my eye for the dream still asleep in the sand. I have friends with power and money, and while some of our dreams sound the same, I have friends who don't have a bed or a coat, so I stand in between and rain, like a leaf that let go and got caught in a web, is suspended just feet from the ground. I can't stop the wind or start over again, even if half the world's looking down. What kind of world curses a girl and tells her she's less than a man? And what kind of truth turns on a youth whose life doesn't work out according to plan? Maybe I spread my umbrellas in the midst of electrical storms. I'm happier there on a wing and a prayer than seduced into sleep where it's warm. Too often good hearts become jaded, and the jade in their eyes turns to gold. To prove themselves right, they abandon the fight, right along with the vision they sold. And it keeps me at night by a small reading light, or in front of the world with my prayer. Those who survive the inherited lie can help others to freedom out there. Like a leaf on the wind, all at once left suspended, alone for the turbulent ride. I can't join the rest to retire in the grass without sharing my piece of the sky.
but I see your true colors shining through. I see your true.
Uh-oh. Be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. Is it internet issues? Did we get on the right chalice?
Yeah, it's just like
Oh. No. It's the internet? Oh. So are we not streaming today?
This kerfuffle is brought to you by
By Comcast, that's right. Get it straight.
you're streaming. You're good.
Oh, we are? Okay, great. Through all of it? Wonderful. Okay, should we just want to get started? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, everyone, for being here. Good morning, welcome, whether you're here with us in the sanctuary or joining us via Facebook Live, when we hope you get to stay with us via Facebook Live. We welcome you to All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church of Shreveport, Louisiana, where, this is live, so things happen. But regardless, whatever your age, race, sexual orientation, gender identity, your background, your faith path, your politics, if you are in alignment with the values of Unitarian Universalism and you want to worship with us, you are welcome. We bring together under this roof and in our virtual congregation a diversity of belief and theology. And so what unites us is not a common creed, but a covenant, the promises we make to each other for the way we will be together in community, to listen and learn from our commonalities and our differences and work together for a better world. Our minister is the Reverend Barbara Gerald, who is on vacation and study leave, but is actually with us this morning, so we're very happy to see her. I believe our board person of the day, James Peck, has some announcements for us.
Good morning and welcome. This is my first time as a new board member doing announcements, so if you'll bear with me. But following the service today, we do have a vegan potluck with our Reverend Joy Walker. I think she was handing out some flyers as many of you came in the door. If there is also a movie, a documentary, The Invisible Vegan by Jasmine C. Leva. And if you stay for the movie, I think you have a chance to possibly win a $50. There's going to be a drawing afterwards, so that might benefit you. And I'm sure if you didn't have an opportunity to bring a dish, that there's probably enough for everybody to share. We have our banned books bookshelf that you may have seen out just as you leave the sanctuary. And we're collecting books. There is a list and a QR code that you can scan that has a list of different banned books, but we're asking people to fill that bookcase there with banned books. We'll be having a service related to that coming up where we dedicate that to our friend John Tuggle that passed a while back, and it's in honor of him. Our volunteer of the month is Kate Nance. She does all kinds of great stuff for us. She's always at building and ground. She does everything that anybody asks of her. She's worked at Pride in the Park, manning the table. She comes to game nights with us all the time, so she just does a lot of different things, and we appreciate her. The Giveaway the Plate organization, and this would be the last Sunday to give to that, is the Out North Louisiana Film Festival. So we give to a local nonprofit each month, and they're our selected beneficiary for this month. So if you just put cash in the plate at the back, at the basket, or you go online and give, you can give away the plate as the recipient, and we'll make sure that that gets to them. We have LTA coming up, Louisiana Trans Advocates. They meet on the first Sunday of the month, so that would be next Sunday after the service at 1:30 p.m. This week is the Highland Blessing Dinner. We volunteer to serve dinner, and I think Susan kind of usually goes into more detail about that, but it is our week as All Souls to, volunteer there. Other than that, those are the main announcements. We're always looking for help up in the sound booth and with the tech team. So if you're interested, please see me. I'm one of the people, and we'll get you started on that. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane. Great job. We love our board members. I just wanted to say this was a fantastic week for partnerships in Shreveport and with our congregation. Thursday night was the Highland Center's ribbon cutting for the new community lighthouse, the grid resilience hub that's got the giant solar batteries and the well for any post-disaster situation where there's a multi-day power outage. There will be water, there will be a place to charge phones, they've been canvassing the neighborhood so they know who's going to need batteries for a CPAP or batteries for or refrigeration for their insulin, whatever. Anyway, it's a great thing. We had 436 people in total. We had a good showing from our congregation. I think 8 of us were there. We had at least 15 public officials come and pay attention. So all of that was, all of that was really good. And then yesterday, DSA and particularly Bobby Woodruff, who I think did the lion's share of the organizing, and a bunch of different organizations from around the community gathered here for the Pride Protest Fest, and it turned out to be a really wonderful day. We had a great time. Kids had a great time. There was all kind of stuff for them to do, and several organizations had tables. And one more thing that goes back a little bit further. I was at General Assembly week before last, and I just wanted to say that our own Taha Hyatt, I wish he were here so we could recognize him, but he's actually gone with Francis Kelly today for something. But we're so proud of him. He was on a panel talking about congregations that have become anti-apartheid congregations. And he lifted y'all up. He lifted up our board. He nailed it. He did a fabulous job. I do have a not very professional video that I took of the panel, but I'm hoping that the actual videos from General Assembly will be out soon so that you can see the whole thing. I videoed just his part. Anyway, he did great. Again, thank you for being here, and I'll invite Trinity to come on up, and we'll start the service.
have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know the wrong way to see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, someone believed him. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been half asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Are these the sweet sounds that call to young sailors? I think they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. And someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Earlier this month, the Caddo Parish Commission encountered opposition to a Pride Month resolution they had been issuing for several years. A symbolic proclamation by the members of the governing body of the parish that June is Pride Month in celebration of the LGBTQIAP community and all the ways that they enrich our community by their presence and participation here. A woman went to their pre-meeting work session and delivered a diatribe against the resolution, and the community it celebrated. She was ostensibly representing something called Moms for Liberty, I think, although I think they mean Moms for Liberty for some. At any rate, when she promised to return to their regular Thursday meeting and call for a vote on the resolution, the community mobilized quickly to support it, thanks in large part to organizations like ShrevePride and PACE, and to leaders like our speaker today, Sam Ortiz. With Reverend Barbara out of town at the time in Kerrville, I wanted to go and speak as an alternative voice of faith. As it turned out, Father Garrett Boyd of Holy Cross represented that alternative voice of faith quite well, and the commission was very strict with their 15-minute limit on one topic, so that a lot of people who were prepared to speak did not have the opportunity. But I'd like to read to you a part of what I would have said. I serve All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church here in Shreveport as Director of Religious Education, and I speak today with the support of my minister, the Reverend Barbara Gerald, who would be here if she were here in town, and my outgoing board president, Sally Wood, and my incoming board president, Susan Yellett, who is standing with me today because she was. And also the support of my board and my congregation. I want to thank the Commission for issuing this Pride resolution in past years and encourage you to vote once again in favor. The person speaking against this resolution apparently felt called to speak from a position of faith. And I too speak from my own faith to defend and celebrate all the members of my congregation and all the people who have come through its doors seeking safety, affirmation, and welcome. I don't think that either my faith or anyone else's should rule in the public square, which is public for a reason. But I do think that government should affirm the inherent worth, rights, and dignity of all people. I heard that person's call for a family month in June that would exclude some families in favor of others, as opposed to the all-inclusive celebrations my church and others have been a part of, such as Field Day and Pride in the Park. The characterization of these events as anything other than inclusive family fun reveals a somewhat sordid imagination. To defeat this resolution would be a sad step backwards in a city and parish that seeks to attract new young people to live and work here. I would love to live in a time and place where people could just be and be themselves, when we would no longer need special months to celebrate the rights of certain humans to exist in this world without harassment and defamation. But the backlash to this resolution shows that we are not nearly there yet. So I'm thankful to say that the resolution did pass. It was 9-3, so we know there's work to do. But we kept that bit of gained ground, thanks to speakers like Father Boyd and like Sam Ortiz, and a room full of others who came together to literally stand in support when the room was polled. So with that, I'll ask if anyone is going to help me with the chalice lighting today. Light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other. Thank you, Jackson. Today in UU congregations all over the world, people will gather in an effort to live into, as best we can, what we profess about placing love at the center of all we do. What a magnificent challenge. We're currently living in times baiting us not to love. The social and political atmosphere in which we travel insidiously tempts us to find fault, place blame, point fingers, and increase that which can tear us apart. And yet we practice a faith, often imperfectly, because after all we are human, but we continue to practice a faith where we are called to answer the question, what is the most loving thing I can do right now? What an astounding challenge. What an unbelievably vital attempt, what an incredibly needed beacon for the future of us all. And so we gather today to support each other in living this mission. May the light of our flaming chalice breathe life and love into every one of our congregations and into those who, by the very nature of this calling, have this great and wonderful opportunity to live and to love in these days filled with so many struggles and so much possibility. May that be so. Would you rise in body or spirit, please, and join us in the unison affirmation. The words will be on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Before we sing, we're going to sing How Could Anyone, and Trinity and Choir, you can all go ahead and come up. This is going to be short. The story of this song is that the songwriter, Libby Roderick, apparently wrote it for a friend who was going through a tough time, and I looked around and could not find any more details about that, which is fine. That was between Libby Roderick and her friend. The first time I heard the song, it came from a fellow religious educator, someone else in the Unitarian Universalist tradition, whose niece had just come out to her mother. And the mother, this woman's sister, was not taking it well. It was maybe not going to be hopeless, but it was not going to be smooth and easy by any means. And like any good DRE, she went looking for resources to help her niece. And she found this song, which has since been used in all kinds of contexts, but I kind of love it for this day. So if you'll sing it with us, the words will be on the screen. It's very short, so we'll probably sing through it twice. Anyway, join us. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Thank you. Thank you, Trinity. And Sally. Susan Yellett, did you want to join me up here for this? No? Okay. We wanted to take a moment. We're not going to install our new board members today. We're going to do that when Barbara officially comes back. But we did want to say thank you today to our departing board members. And we just have we have gifts that don't begin to cover what you guys have done. You have served this church through what is a continuing very crucial time, but we just appreciate all that you have done, all the ways you have stuck together, all the meetings. I tell you, over the past years and over the past few boards, I've just been so impressed with the lay leadership of this congregation, and so thankful to work for you, to serve you. It's an honor. So I'd like to call up Sally Wood, our outgoing board president. Rebecca Toggle, our outgoing treasurer. Talk about a heavy lift. Jennifer Russell. And in the true spirit of continued service in the Russell Peck family, that was her spouse, James Peck, who was a new board member this time. And then Ashford McLean also served as. this is following in a tradition of a while back, when we used to give movie tickets to our outgoing board members, and the idea was, go see a movie on a board meeting night. Sally, your note does not say go see a movie, because now, of course, the past president, comes to the board meetings. But if you play hooky just one time, we won't tell. And Rebecca and Jennifer. Thank you all so much. And Sally, stay up here just a minute. Yes. You may arise and glad your spirit. Susan Yellett, if I don't make you talk, will you come up here? Our incoming board president. I picked up something for both of y'all at General Assembly. It's not much, but it's a t-shirt with our values.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I was trying to tell Sally she could run again. She can do it 3 more terms, right? Thank you very much.
And do we have, nice. And we have cupcakes today?
We have cupcakes.
So we do, we'll have just a little gathering afterward with some rainbow cupcakes and yeah, Love is at the Center is on the back.
Thank you. I think Susan had designed something like this and had it, and then the UU people copied off of her, I think. This is the same design you had a while back.
Oh, no, they did that.
They did that
design.
one this
yes,
time?
they
Okay.
did. Somebody else did a little variation on it with the
okay.
sciencey thing.
Okay.
But yeah. This is
Beautiful.
the same one. No,
Same
I did
one.
not. Yeah, this was other denominational.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all. And with that, we will sing out our children and youth. They're making geodes today. I bet you didn't know that people could make geodes, but it's true. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. If you'll join me in a period of meditation. And when the spoken meditation and the silence is over, there will be music. And at that time, anyone who would like to is welcome to come forward and light a candle. It can be in honor of someone or in memory of someone, and this is done in silence. We just want you to know that it's a ritual that's open to everyone. People ask me sometimes, is this a gay church? It's a privilege to answer. Ours is absolutely, gladly, hopefully, and humbly, gaily a gay church, a gay tradition where everyone, including heterosexual members and friends, is welcome, where everyone is needed, where everyone's experience is cherished as a sacred text, because no one's experience of living or loving can be comprehensive. Because each of us holds clues the others need about how to live with dignity and joy as a human person, and none of us knows enough about that yet to be considered whole. It is absolutely a gay church, even as ours is a gay world. If you would look around, gay church, straight church, people's church, a human congregation made holy by the holy hopes and fears and dreams of all who wish to come. Come in, we say. Come out, come in. We're all in this together. I will not speak of tolerance with its courteous clenched teeth and bitter resignation. I will not speak about acceptance of, quote, other people and some other kind of lifestyle. I can only look in laughing wonder at human life in all its incarnations. I can taste only in passing the breath of the spirit of life on my mouth and understand our common longing to breathe in deep, deep gulps of it. I cannot think of being anybody else's ally even, because even that implies some degree of separation, some degree of safety for some of us and not all. We are allied with no one and with nothing but love. The larger love transcending all of our understanding, within which all the differing, gorgeously various, beautifully deviant aspects of ourselves are bound in elegant unity. I know that on some sad and disappointing days, these words describe the church that yet shall be, and not the church that is. I know. But I know, too, that to answer is an act of creation. To answer this question and some others is a privilege, a prophetic imperative, a joy, a duty, and a holy sacrament. May we take these words, these thoughts, this sacred commitment with us into the silence for just a while, knowing that when the time comes, we will be anything but silent.
Strangers stare and they wanna be the first to ask for my life in one word. But it's not that simple. Why do you care to know? Am I a boy or a girl? Well, I don't care about the answers. The questions were boring. Please tell me a story. Like, what did your mom say? And what is your real name? How about those drugs that you take? And does your voice change? How come you don't feel ashamed? What kind of love do you make? Well, you don't care about my answers. Your questions ignore me. Let me tell you a story. Mom's my best friend, and this is who I am. All of it adds up to keep me sane. Yes, I've dropped octaves, cause I am a mountain range, and any kind of love's good enough to be made. But I don't care about the the answers. The questions were boring. Please tell me a story.
For all the unspoken sorrows, that they may be eased, and for all the joys, that they may abound and multiply. And for all people who are marginalized or under threat in any way, that we might do what we can to be a force for justice. I'm delighted to welcome our speaker this morning, Sam Ortiz. Sam is a proud Shreveporter, an LGBTQ+ activist and social worker who has called Shreveport home for over 30 years. At their day job, Sam currently serves as Director of Client Services at the Philadelphia Center, working with individuals living with HIV and AIDS. In their spare time, Sam works tirelessly to promote LGBTQ+ advocacy, to cultivate a positive and diverse local community, and volunteer both time and support to aid in these efforts. Sam has been heavily involved with the North Louisiana Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, now the Out North Louisiana Film Festival, which is our giveaway the plate for this month, so we love the synchronicity of that. And also has been greatly involved with Pride in the Park as an organizer and co-organizer, and with PACE for several years. In 2019, Sam co-founded ShrevePride with 3 other individuals to create more spaces for LGBTQIA+ people in this community, particularly more age-inclusive spaces and more economically inclusive spaces, which has been a wonderful thing. ShrevePride hosts Feel Gay, which we all know was big fun as we were there, and also Q Prom yearly, which is a great opportunity for many for whom prom either isn't or wasn't the best experience. All of these, as I said, provide more inclusive, more affordable, safe spaces for our region's LGBTQIA+ community. They are dedicated to breaking down walls that separate different communities and helping make Shreveport a welcoming place for all to live and work. Will you welcome Sam Ortiz?
Good morning. Apologies for my voice being a little gone. I hosted 2 drag shows at Q Prom last weekend and was doing a lot of hollering. Standing in a church on a Sunday morning giving a message in a pulpit is the absolute last place that I ever expected to be. When All Souls reached out to me about this, I was initially conflicted, feeling like I was not at all the appropriate choice. I say that because I cannot stand up here in front of you without being authentic. My history with religion is an especially complicated and negative one, fraught with years of anger and self-loathing. I grew up Southern Baptist, heavily involved in one of the largest churches in town. By the time I was 18, I was completely disillusioned with religion and have not gone back to a service since, until today. You see, I spent the formative years of my life learning that Jesus was a loving, accepting, nurturing, and selfless person who treated everyone with kindness and respect. As I grew older, the actions of those inside the church painted a completely different picture of Christianity. I grew to be embarrassed of my father, who earned a living working at the casino. I felt like an outcast and a weirdo because I was different. I was taught for years that being gay was one of the absolute worst things you could possibly be. I know this is not exactly how you envisioned a Pride sermon to start off today. So what does all of this mean? It means that exclusion, judgment, divisiveness, and fear-mongering just simply do not work. I think that maybe it even means taking a step back and looking at how people around the world are being treated in the name of religion. And maybe it even means that acceptance and even, love are actually the key. Something Susan said to me, which she said already at the beginning, so I know I'm kind of repeating it, but she said this to me when I was expressing my reservations about speaking today, and it really stuck with me. She said, "All Souls believes that what unites us is not a common belief, but a covenant. The promises we make to each other for the way we will be together in the community, learning from our commonalities and our differences, and working together to make the world better. All of my ill feelings towards religion and its believers aside, that was something I simply could not argue with, because that is how I strive to live my life as well, by creating a space for everyone and anyone to live authentically." What a powerful doctrine to live our lives by. Can you even imagine what kind of world we would have if everyone tried to uphold that creed? I truly believe that the diversity of our people is what makes us so rich. And the LGBTQIA+ community is part of that diversity. The members of our community make up a vital piece of every fabric of this world, from the people who serve us in restaurants to those who serve us in the pulpit. What if, instead of stifling diversity, we celebrated it? What if we actually learned from each other's differences and not just our commonalities? In my job as a licensed clinical social worker, I am exposed to a full range of diverse individuals. One thing that you truly learn when you work in social services is that people are exactly that, individuals. The color of their skin, the gender they identify, their sexual orientation, none of that truly identifies who they are as a person. Their likes, their dislikes, their quirks, their skills, their morals, their beliefs, all of that is uniquely tailored to them based on their nature and their nurture. When you can strip away labels and truly see people, that is when you realize that we're all just trying to do the same thing. We're trying to live, love, pay taxes, all that exciting stuff. So Sam, are you basically saying that we should not judge a person's character based on the fact that they're queer? Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. And I say that because it's going to neatly tie into this next section I have about how families with an LGBTQIA+ component are not inherently perverse or bad. Earlier this month, I stood in front of the Caddo Commission speaking in favor of a Pride Month resolution, one, like Susan said, we've had times before in the past. Why was I there? Because the week before, an individual with a local religious moms organization spoke out against Pride Month, spoke out against our community, and spoke out against 2 LGBTQIA+ events that I personally put on. Her argument was one in favor of the family. In her eyes, the mere fact that we are not straight means that we are anti-family. She called Field Gay and Q Prom perverse, called the organizers, which includes me, child groomers, and labeled us a danger to society and family values. Because that's what I look like, right? My thoughts on all of this are, what makes a family inherently good, and what are family values? Just doing some light research on family values, i.e. Google, I came across some buzzwords that kept popping up repeatedly. Love, respect, honesty, integrity, loyalty, support, accountability, kindness, empathy, and forgiveness. I don't know about you, but I cannot at all find the link between family values and my gender identity or sexual orientation. So, does having straight parents automatically mean that it's a happy and loving household? In my time working at Brentwood, I would say that the evidence does not support that hypothesis. Every family is unique and its own individual unit. Having straight parents does not mean that you're going to have a healthy family, any more than having gay parents means that you're going to have a toxic family. A family is a lifelong commitment of love and support and showing up even when you don't want to. The queer community has a lot of experience with this concept. While so many LGBTQIA+ individuals have been disowned by their families, weird family values, they have created their own chosen families. They truly emulate what Richard Bach said about family. The bond that links your true family is not one of blood, but of respect and joy in each other's lives. Even those of you here today who are not part of the queer community can surely resonate with this. How many of you in here have people that you call family that are not blood related? I know y'all can't see at home, but pretty much everyone raised their hands. So the concept of family can differ from person to person, but I think that the overall general idea of it is universal. Family is where we can be our true selves, where we can feel supported, where we can be vulnerable, where we can feel safe, where we can be celebrated, and where we can be accepted. I know that I am extremely proud of the family that my wife and I have created. That is exactly what Pride Month is all about. Pride is about nothing more than the fight for our ability to exist and to exist in peace. This month, like every month, our community strives to uplift, we strive to heal, we strive to connect, and we strive to celebrate authenticity within ourselves. And bringing clarity to why we even need a Pride Month, that's the real gay agenda. The truth is that our community is made up of all different types of people with all different types of motivations and beliefs and personalities. Pride is about being accepted for who we are so that we can exist in this world along with everyone else. Pride is about fighting for a world where kids don't have to grow up hating themselves and thinking they are wrong. Pride is about accepting that queer-led households can be just as healthy and positive as straight-led households. Pride is about fighting for the right to be judged for my character and not my relationships. Right now, when our families, our identities, our relationships are under attack, is when we need pride more than ever. If I could sum my message up for you today, it would be this: love and acceptance is going to get this world a whole lot further than division and judgment will. I truly believe that there is a place for all of us in this world as we are. And the healing begins when we all realize that, and when we can all create a space for each other to exist authentically and freely. Thank you so much for having me here today. Happy Pride Month. And thank you so much for welcoming me to your congregation. And I'm so excited I did not catch on fire.
Yeah, just so you know, Sam, on our Universalist side, there is no fire. Actually, on both sides, there is no fire. So you're cool. We're gonna sing "When the Spirit Says Do," and Bob's gonna play for us. And I'm gonna ask the choir members to come up and help. Where's his? Yeah, it has a paper clip. There we go.
I might say that Barbara does this elegantly with a lot of chords, a lot of different chords.
It's right here.
And I simplified the chords. So that makes it playable for me.
Well, actually, it's usually a piano song, but you know. Rise in body or spirit.
You got to do what the Spirit says do.
You got to do when the Spirit says do.
When the Spirit says do, you got to do, oh Lord. You got to do when the Spirit says do.
Okay, stop just a minute. Because friends don't let friends clap on 1 and 3. You got to do when the Spirit says do. They can do this. Okay. Go ahead.
Where are we?
Let's just start over. Let's
Okay.
just start over.
1, 2, 3. You got to do when the Spirit says do. You got to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you got to do, oh Lord. You got to do when the Spirit says do.
Spirit says do. Spirit says do. Spirit says do.
Spirit says do. Spirit says do. Spirit says do.
You
got to sing when the Spirit says sing. You got to sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you got to sing, oh Lord. You got to sing when the Spirit says sing. 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 You got to dance when the Spirit says dance. You got to dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you got to dance, oh Lord. You got to dance when the Spirit says dance. 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 Wow. You got to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. I have to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you got to laugh, oh Lord. You got to laugh when the Spirit says laugh. 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 Spirit says You got to shout when the Spirit says shout. You got to shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you got to shout, oh Lord. You got to shout when the Spirit says shout. 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 to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you got to do, oh Lord, you got to do when the Spirit says do. Spirit says do, 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 Spirit says do.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate Bob and Trinity both jumping in today to do this. This is a story you can hear after. You can hear the boring real story or the wonderfully workshopped made-up stories that have come along with it. So take your pick. As we extinguish the chalice, which is tricky with one hand. Love holds you. Love bears witness to all your inherent dignity and worthiness. It witnesses how you try, how you succeed, how you fail, and it does not flinch. Love will not let go. Love holds all of you. Go in peace, or better yet, stay in love. We'll have some cupcakes, we'll have some vegan food. We're gonna see a movie a little bit later that if you stay for the movie, you have a chance to win $50. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So again, thank you, Sam, so much for being here. We really appreciate your message today. And amen, ashe, blessed be.
It doesn't matter if you love him or capital H-I-M. Just put your paws up, 'cause you were born this way, baby. My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on, in a glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. Just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Give yourself prudence and love your friends. Subway kid, rejoice your truth. In the religion of the insecure, I must be myself, respect my youth. A different law is not a sin. Believe capital H-I-M. I Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evergreen, you're black, white, beige, chola descent, you're Lebanese, you're Orient. Whether life's disabilities left you outcast but leader teased, rejoice and love yourself today, cause baby, you were born this way. No matter gay, straight or bi, lesbian, transgender life, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to survive. No matter black, white or beige, chola or Orient made, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to be brave. I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God made no mistake. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't love yourself and be great, just love yourself and you stay. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way, yeah. Oh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way, born this way. There ain't no other way, baby, I was born down on the right track, baby, I was born this way. I was born this way, hey, I was born this way, hey, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way, hey, I was born this way, hey, I was born this way, hey, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way, hey. Same DNA, but born this way. Same DNA, but born this way.